Hi, welcome to the Wonderful Scientist Podcast. It's 28th December 2021, 4:41 a.m. and I am awake. Although I didn't sleep because I'm having some anxiety issues and all that. So normally when I want to be able to sleep, I go through YouTube or I go through something else. I was trying to sleep. I went to bed and just trying to find something that would soothe me to sleep. And I found this vlog about a day in the life of an Afghan family. And I don't know how that switched to man stuck in woman. And the first videos that I watched were from Kisi. I come from Kisi. My dad comes from Kisi, and I've seen, I think, this kind of videos, or I've heard someone talk about it like 2 times before, and I never really considered to know what it was all about. But now when I saw it and I was like, oh, well, in one of the videos, someone seemed to be in pain. And with YouTube, when you watch something, the more they give you suggestions of other things that are related to the content that you're watching. And in one of the videos, the askari, the policeman that came, was telling the guy to get off the woman. And I was like, okay, how can he get off the woman if he's called for help to get off the woman this whole time? They wouldn't have called for help. And I wondered, why were they calling for help? Okay, first of all, I really disregard witchcraft things naturally, and I just wanted to find an explanation. Why does it happen? What is this thing? So I went on Google and searched for man stuck in woman videos, and I found that it was not only Kisi, only the Kisi region. There's a recent one in Kangemi. There's another one in Bungoma, Nakuru. Oh, can I remember all of them? So it seemed like it's not a certain community where it happens. So I was like, okay, does it happen in Kenya only? Then I searched and saw one in Nigeria, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and then when scrolling down, I saw one couple being wheeled into the emergency room in Russia. And while trying to read if there's anything connected to something that is not witchcraft related, it mentioned a curse. So I was like, okay, so this witchcraft thing is all over. I think it said black magic. I'm not sure what it said, but it was nothing scientific. And I was a bit frustrated, and I was like, okay, what is this thing? So in my scrolling, because I was like, there has to be something that is more meaningful to this. And I found this YouTube channel from a certain lady who does sex-related content. And she mentioned that it is something rare, and she's never seen it happen, but she's read about it in scientific journals and such like things. And when she mentioned that, I was like, okay, now I'm interested. And for her, she didn't state which scientific journals that she read that said that, or research that said that, but she mentioned about what to do once you get yourself in that situation. And that's when she mentioned the name of this situation, the man getting stuck. It's called it's called Penile Captivus. Sorry, I'm not reading the script or anything. I'm just saying things off my head. Penile Captivus, and that made sense. That sounded scientific to me. So anyway, I listened on, and she was talking about why it's important to relax and maybe laugh it off, because the more you panic, the more it becomes worse, and the more you get stuck. Then I started thinking about the situations that these videos that I had watched before were in. Probably it's something that should have lasted a few seconds. Not, it shouldn't have reached to a minute, but guys got panicked, and the more they panicked, the more the body reacted, the more the vagina was contracting, the more the penis was getting stuck, the more people were coming, the more the panic was setting in. So I was trying, I didn't, that's something that I was thinking in my head. So I tried to find more content, and on YouTube, and I found another one from Uganda, and this was an article by a station where a feature from a station where they had done an investigation, and they had only featured one doctor, a medical doctor or family doctor. I can't recall, but he's been researching on after sex effects related to marriage and such like things. He's from Uganda, and he said that it's a very normal condition. It is rare, but it occurs, and it normally occurs when the woman has gotten very has orgasmed, and when orgasm, when having an orgasm, which is actually not as common, especially in women, because they don't experience very good sex. That is now me thinking. When a woman experiences orgasm and she's out of marriage, which is not something she normally experiences, the vagina contracts, and it kind of holds the still remaining penis that is erected. And if the minds of these two people becomes, because of course they're in fear, they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing because it is out of their relationships or marriage or whatever, they panic and they can't get off each other. And in that panic mode, they call for help. And the more they call for help, it becomes worse for them. So what he was explaining again, what the doctor does, or rather not the doctor, now they call this witchcraft or apparent witchcraft or wizard, or who are these people, the muganga, the person who bewitched, who whatever they call them, and they are able to make them disengage. And he was trying to explain that is it's a psychic thing, because they're clever people. It's very psychic when you come to someone and tell them, if you come to you and I'll help you, if I do this thing you'll be helped, your psyche kind of lies to you that now you're okay, and they relax and they disengage. So I went back to some of the videos, and I saw in one the witch did not come, but the person was able to disengage, and that explained to me that probably they had relaxed. They have gotten to a moment where they were now relaxed, and he was able to unstuck. I don't know how to say that, to remove his penis. So this doctor was explaining that the best way, I think, is to, I don't know, just laugh it off, so that, or focus on something else so that the mind relaxes, or to take a sleep pill so that the muscle also relax. Anyway, he was just, the main objective of this, even I don't know what he was saying, but he was just mentioning that you're supposed to take something that relaxes you so that people disengage. And he was talking about the psychic part of it, where if you give someone, like for example, if someone is in a very bad state and it has been influenced mainly by their mental state, and you give them maybe water, and you tell them and you convince them that if I give you this water, you will get healed, then they will get healed. And I think, let me just mention something that is not related to this podcast, whatever this topic is. There's someone who normally, I think we've seen this even in African mothers, this joke going around that when you tell your African mother that, a typical one, when you tell them that you may be having a headache, they'll give you something strange, something not even a very normal thing like salty water or sugary water or just something. Or sometimes they will give you something that is very normal, just water, and just pray for it, and you take it, and in your mind you believe that whatever they've given you has healed you. And it's kind of psychological. It's not really medicine. It's just a psychological thing. Anyway, going back to that. So finding the right name for that situation, the penile captivus. I also find something else that says that it might be related. That is vagi something. It's a condition where women have painful sex because it's hard for something to enter their vagina, either a penis or a tampon, or they experience pain when doing a pelvic exam and such like things. And I didn't understand how it's related, but what I understood from this is this kind of thing happens when there's an orgasm and the vagina contracts extremely than normal, and which is actually rare. And when it contracts, it captures the penis, and for a few seconds, and it releases. Okay, let's go back. So when I found this name, I went online and searched, and there were very few articles talking about it, and a few were scientific. So what I got from it is that it is not a well-researched thing because it's actually very rare. And some doctors, even when talking about the emergency section, the guys in the emergency medicine who, take in patients, some said they never saw it happen. They never took two patients in who are stuck together. And there's a doctor who mentioned it has ever happened to him. Then I read an article where people were discussing a BBC article actually, where they're discussing how this thing, it has always been there from a long time ago. And if you see these statues, or I don't know, cravings or cutouts or whatever, where you see people who are naked and they are intertwined between, like it's like they're stuck together in some kind of way. And I don't know, it will be said that these people, I don't know, did what. It has always been related to something bad, but in actual sense, it's something very normal. It's just that it's only known to people when the couple does not know what to do with it, or rather gets, they panic about it. So some people commented that they had heard it before. Some said it has ever happened to them for a few seconds and really don't really talk about it. And that person has never talked about it. It's just him and the late wife who knew. And it happened to him again when he was with a mistress, a Japanese mistress. So what I got from this, because it's a series of things that has happened before history, but it's something like it's not. There isn't a lot of data about it, and I'm imagining that researchers have not been able to get a patient or to be able to have evidence-based research on what really happens. And I kind of feel like it's a theory that actually makes sense. And I haven't really read much more about it, but what I know and I'm sure about is it's something that happens. It's just that people have tied it to witchcraft, which is actually kind of annoying. And I just wanted to let this out just so that I can be able to sleep. I just need people to know that it's actually very normal, and they shouldn't shame those people. It doesn't matter what circumstance they were in when they were doing all that, but it's, anyway, whatever they do with them, it's just that they shouldn't be stupid enough to think that it is witchcraft. I just need that to be out there. That's a very funny topic to talk about, it, but it's very normal. Anyway, thanks for listening to this podcast, and bye-bye. Do you want to start your own podcast? Start with some simple gear that you already have and a quiet space. Simple gear includes a microphone, editing software, and host of your podcast. Simple microphones include the ones on your phones and computers, or a simple recorder, which you can upgrade later. For the editing software, I use Audacity, which is free and simple to use. Buzzsprout, which over 1,000 other fellow podcasters like me use, is one of the podcast hosting providers you can use. Buzzsprout has helped me link my show on every major podcast platform. With the endless number and regularly updated tutorials and good customer service support Buzzsprout offers, my podcasting journey has been made easy. Following the link in the show notes, let Buzzsprout know we sent you, gets you a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and helps support our show.